Test. There we go. That's much better. I think we had to take you off of Tyler's to make the computer work. I'm muted. Joseph Cousins is pretty good. You can click on the little dots next to your name and pin yourself if you just want yourself to stay on screen.
I just have all of us on screen.
Okay.
Alright, stop, collaborate and listen. Ice is back with my brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tight and flow like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn out the lights and I'll blow to the extreme. I rock a mic like a vandal, light up a stage and wax a jump like a candle. Dance, rush the speaker that booms. I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom deadly. When I play, I don't turn to the anything less than the bounce is a vanity. Love it or leave it. You better gain weight. You better hit the bullseye. The kid don't play. And if there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it. Ice, ice, baby. Vanilla ice, ice, baby. Vanilla ice, ice, baby. Vanilla ice, ice, baby. Now that the party is jumping, we hear the bass kicked in, the fingers are a-pumping. Quick to the point, no faking. Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. When I'm quick and nimble, I go crazy when I hear a cymbal and a hi-hat with a souped-up tempo. I'm on a roll and it's time to go solo rolling in my 5.0 with my rag top down so my hair can blow. The Gertie's on standby, waiting just to say hi.
Welcome to the Virtual Stab Comedy Theater. It's time for Middle Class Film Class. So please welcome to your screen, Middle Class Film Class.
Oh.
Hello, classmates. And welcome to another Halloween episode of Middle Class Film Class Gavin Chatter Edition for Saturday, October 30th, 2021. I'm your host for today, Obi-Wan Kenobi from episode 3.
And I'm Jareth, the Goblin King.
I'm David S. Pumpkins. Was that the name?
Pretty good, you got it. On this episode, Jamie Lee Curtis was a killer all along, more news from the set of Rust, and Key and Peele claymation feature in the works. Plus, Brendan Fraser plays the baddie in Batgirl, supercast for the upcoming Martin Donaghy movie, and Captain America Goes to Infinity and Beyond. What's up, fellas? Happy Halloween.
Happy
It is.
Halloween.
It is a Halloween.
It is a Halloween.
Sure is a Halloween.
Indeed.
Nothing. Nothing.
Tra-la-la.
Nothing. Tra-la-la.
I love your costume, Joseph.
Thank you.
It really went all out.
Yeah.
What the listeners or the viewers on the stream can't see, he's got a cod piece.
I know.
Yeah.
It's 3 times the size as the normal cod piece in the theater.
No pants either.
I know. Just the cod
piece.
I know
Yeah.
what
It was a little jarring at first, but I've grown to accept it.
Sarah saw the cod piece and she said,
Turn back, Sarah. Turn back before it's too late.
The cod piece is growing.
yes, that's right.
Does it get bigger throughout the movie? I think I noticed that detail. It just kept getting bigger and bigger.
I'm surprised that Labyrinth hasn't been parodied in any movies.
I was just thinking, if it was made today, they'd make like a Spaceballs type movie and it would be like the black helmet from Spaceballs, where the cod piece just gets bigger and bigger
yeah.
throughout the movie.
Yeah.
I was going to the bathroom in this when I first put it on. I was
Yeah.
like, this is what it's like for him to go
Yeah.
to the bathroom.
Yeah, no kidding.
The
I just lift up my skirt.
Yeah.
my Jedi robes. Oh yeah, we got the lightsaber in the back there.
oh yeah.
And Tyler is a character he knows very well.
His favorite SNL sketch ever.
Mhm.
David S.
Mhm.
Pumpkins.
David S. Pumpkins.
That's right. So anyways, let's get into, we got a lot of stuff going on today. Welcome to the chat, everyone that's out there listening on in Twitchland and Stabs Comedy's Twitch chat. Oh, we do have some people in there. Hey Milk, hey Poor, how you doing? Everyone on the podcast, you should tune into the chat once a month. It's a grand old time. But first,
Find some character in your lives. Now's the time for Gavin Chatter.
Just add some crows,
lightning.
thunder, and
Does
that's scary.
I know it's actually a rehash from last year's Halloween episode. So
You know what?
Well, you know,
Yeah, maybe
timeless.
seagulls would
Yeah.
have been the more appropriate birds.
that's true. We could have had some seagulls.
This is why we need a producer.
Joseph, what do you got for news for us?
I got quite a few things, kind of interesting things. Key and Peele, Keegan Michael Key and Jordan Peele are teaming up again, or I guess reuniting for a animated movie with the director from Coraline.
Oh, that's cool.
That is going to be a Netflix release entitled Wendell and Wild.
You didn't like Coraline?
No, I just mean a Netflix release. Like they don't have a major studio backing them. They have Netflix backing them.
Netflix is a pretty big studio at this point.
Yeah, I mean
I
it's the turn of the.
They have more misses than hits. I'll tell you that much.
Well, they got a lot of teen dramas based off of 80s slashers and 90s slashers.
But there are some gems hidden in that.
There's some good stuff. Okja,
Yeah,
Kate. Oh yeah, Kate.
yeah. There's some good Netflix originals.
There is.
Hold
And then
the dark. Okay.
this one might be director of Coraline. Coraline is great. It's a Leica production.
Mhm.
Leica always makes a pretty good movie.
And it's claymation, so we'll see it in 9 years.
Yeah, something like that. Apparently, this movie was first pitched in 2015.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Does it have a title?
Wendell and Wild.
Wendell's the name of his rotund character in Key and Peele sketch show.
Is it?
The big nerdy guy who
Oh,
always
yeah.
calls in for a pizza and pretends like there's 6
You
people.
you guys want pepperoni?
I know you guys want. Oh, you want a third pizza? Okay.
Okay.
That's Wendell. That's his character's name.
The plot of this movie will follow two-person demons of a teenager named Kat, and I guess I don't know if Key and Peele are going to be the voices. They're helping write it as well.
Yeah, there's a TV series, like a Hulu series or Apple TV series called Schmigadoon that
Oh yeah,
Keegan Michael Key produced and starred in, and supposedly it's great.
is it really?
I've never.
I know it's on
I've-
Apple TV.
Yeah, I've never seen it. It's about got a lot of musical references for those who are into musicals, which is none of us.
yeah.
So
So
good
it's,
writers, that's for sure.
so it's directed by Henry Selick, directed of Coraline, and co-written by Selick and just Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele and Henry Selick are co-writing this movie coming next year.
Henry Selick.
Henry Selick,
I think he knows Tom.
perhaps spelled differently.
Oh, okay, never mind. This is Uncle.
So
Uncle Tom.
yeah, it wasn't
Ooh.
the movie was announced in 2015, and then it follows the two demons facing off against the demon dusting nun and her two goth teen acolytes.
Interesting.
Um,
I'll watch it.
but
Leica's got a pretty good batting record, even
Yeah.
if Netflix maybe doesn't.
yeah, well, I don't know if it's a Leica production, but it's just from the director of a
Of Coraline.
Leica property.
Beautiful.
So that's kind of exciting, a little bit, you know. In the Brendan Fraser news,
Yeah,
Brendan Fraser has been cast.
That we created.
that's right.
He's becoming more in the known universe of superheroes. So he's going to be joining the Batgirl movie,
Hmm.
and he's gonna be playing the villain
Oh, okay.
known as Firefly.
Is Dr. Robot or Mr. Robot or whatever the character's name is in Doom Patrol, is he supposed to be a good guy or bad guy?
I mean, he's
They're
on.
all-
I think he's on the Doom Patrol,
They're
but
all bad guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
technically, yeah.
like likable.
It's kind of like the Suicide Squad. But
Oh, okay.
I have no idea about
same.
Doom Patrol. I
Hmm.
know nothing about it. I just know that he's playing a character named Firefly
Hmm.
in Batgirl.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He could have played Stellan Skarsgård's character in Dune.
That's not even him.
Wait, you take
No,
it.
it's not.
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, apparently, and this I didn't include this in my news story. I thought it was kind of funny, but not worth talking about in
Uh-huh.
depth. But apparently, Stellan Skarsgård really enjoyed playing the Baron, especially he liked playing the nude Baron,
Hell yeah.
and he requested more nude scenes as the Baron.
Nice. As you're wont to do.
Yeah, which I thought was hilarious because there's one scene of him like he's like in a bath or a spa or something.
Very reminiscent of the first time you're introduced to like Palpatine and Darth Vader.
Mhm.
Get that like egg full of steam.
Oh,
I want to know how that went. Like, he's like to the director. He's like, "Can I be nude for this scene?"
Oh, this
And
is
so
a
it's
great.
Like, it's like, no,
I feel like it would elevate the scene if I just took my clothes off.
I know. It's like take a page out of Paul Verhoeven's book.
He was such
yeah.
a disgusting creature in that movie.
Yeah, he was great. He played a great, disgusting villain.
So that's that. Brendan Fraser joining the DC universe, other than Doom Patrol, joining the DC
Alright.
movieverse
Again.
as a villain in Batgirl.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Not since Ryan Reynolds played the Green Lantern and Project X or whatever. Like,
Deadpool.
yeah. No, there's before. I guess he was
Supposed to be
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
But what didn't they have a name before him before he became Deadpool?
I think that was the name of the. I don't think.
series or something.
No, that is his name in the movie in Wolverine.
Yeah.
Then he becomes, I guess, the
that
project,
Weapon X.
the experiment,
Yeah,
or
whatever
whatever.
the hell it
Like
is.
whenever they sew his mouth shut,
They just ran out of actors, so they're like,
Yeah.
let's just use him again.
because he's not because like before that he is Deadpool.
Yeah.
He has the swords and he's talking. But after that, they cut his mouth off.
They Thomas Anderson him.
Yeah.
Mm.
And my last story is Martin McDonagh, director of In Bruges and Three Billboards. And I think
He's a writer for them. I don't think he directed.
no, he
them.
directed them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's credited. I was looking to see who that was when he sent me that story, and he's credited as the writer for all these great movies, but I didn't see him listed as director.
And he directed In
That's
Bruges.
cool. Very
and,
cool.
And Three Billboards and Seven Psychopaths.
Yeah, I think so.
I think.
Yeah.
Which all those are like pretty good movies. Three Billboards was really good.
Have yet to see that.
And so now he's working on his next movie, and he's nabbed Christopher Walken, Oscar Isaac, and Sam Rockwell for his next movie.
Untitled project, I believe, right?
Yes.
Like,
That's exciting.
Yeah. I like his I like the way he like writes his movies or his explanation of them. Like for In Bruges, the way he thought of the idea for In Bruges is like he was in Bruges,
Yeah.
and like walking around, and he had like this sort of like dichotomy, like walking around. It's like, oh, this is a really interesting and cool like historical town, but I'm really bored. So he's like, so he like, almost like invented the two characters that are in Bruges.
They're just bored.
As he was walking around in Bruges.
That's pretty funny.
And then in Three Billboards, the movie is like kind of portrayed as if it is like it actually happened, but it didn't. It's not based
It's
on.
not-
It's
oh,
not
really?
based on anything.
Oh, okay.
It's just a.
I want to see it even less.
I think it's even almost like a similar type of thing where he's like in a rural area in America, and he like came up with that idea as well, just like being in it.
That's funny.
But Sam Rockwell's character in Three Billboards is really good.
Who's who are the three characters? The new cast.
So it's Christopher Walken, Oscar Isaac, Sam Rockwell.
Oh, Oscar Isaac, gotcha.
Yeah. So it's Oscar Isaac would be the newcomer, and Martin McDonagh's film verse.
They're making a McDonoughverse.
Yeah, McDonoughverse.
Like the Wes Anderson verse.
Yeah. But he has a certain style, a certain like writing and humor style. Like the comedy in Bruges is super dark, but it's hilarious. And Three Billboards is like an American version of that.
I think their stuff really works really well.
Yeah.
The things that I've seen. So I'm excited about that.
So whatever it is,
what cast?
whenever it comes out, I'm sure it'll be worth seeing.
Nice.
I'm sure.
Tyler, what about you? What you got?
I mean, David S. Pumpkins.
Yeah, sorry, David. David S. Pumpkins.
That's right, folks.
Any questions?
Tyler's literally never even heard of this character. I just gave him the jacket.
I feel his spirit in me.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, physically, it's kind of alarming. Well, yeah. So I'm glad to be back. I have some hash to settle with Joseph. He said the reason why I wasn't on the last episode is because I was banned from the last episode.
That's
Joseph texted me and he said, "Hey, asshole, you're banned from this episode."
And I
demand an apology.
And I seconded it.
How dare you?
I said he refused to eat his spicy chip for interrupting us.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that rule.
He didn't. Yeah. Also, he didn't Venmo Javier the last 5 episodes when we played the wheel music.
Oh God. Okay. Well, anyways, I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, welcome back, buddy.
No description.
So I guess there's been many sequels of Halloween. Only one of them has been great, which is Halloween 3: Season of the Witch, one of the true sequel to the original Halloween.
All right.
So Halloween 8 was supposed to be called Halloween Lord of the Dead, and it was going to be about Laurie Strode being Michael Myers. I thought that would have been an interesting twist.
Becoming Michael Myers?
Yeah.
Should be like it's like The Mask.
Yeah, it was
like Jim Carrey's The Mask.
I don't know about that. They just said that she would be like in this movie. It would be revealed that it
was me the whole time.
Yeah, kind of like a Friday the 13th twist where it's not Jason Voorhees, it's his mom.
Yeah.
But to quote the article, it says the twist of my pitch was that once the hell breaks loose and the murders began, we see all of this mayhem going on with Tommy sort of taking on the role of Loomis. The big finale, when they're going to finally unmask Michael Myers, reveals that the killer is actually Laurie Strode. And I was like, oh man, that would have been an awesome movie.
But not the whole time. Just for that movie.
Just for that movie, yeah. And I think it got me thinking, like, that would have been a really cool twist for the reboot of Halloween and Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, is that Laurie, she goes crazy from the original killings and then dons the mask and does the killing herself because she went into some psychosis or something. I don't know. But I thought that would have been a really fun twist. But they trashed it. Wasn't gonna.
What's your least favorite of all the Halloween movies, Tyler?
H2O.
Have you seen all of them?
I don't know if I have or not, but I know H2O was a massive disappointment for me.
I've only seen 2 Halloween movies. One that you made me watch for the show, which was the first one.
I made you watch.
Yeah, you forced it. You put the eyelid scapulas on me.
Clockwork Orange.
Yeah. And then I watched Halloween H2O for the Obscure Movie Trivia Show, which I was on earlier in the week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It was.
Did you win?
I did. I won. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I won.
Congratulations.
I won the game. That's right.
What'd you get?
Pat on the back.
Nice.
A reach around.
Yeah, it was funny. There was 6 movies to watch, and of those 6 movies, I'd only seen 2 of them. So I watched all 6 movies that week, and then
Oh my god.
and then none of the movies that all the movies that were being quizzed on were new to me movies for like one-time watches.
Mhm.
So but-
Wow. Yeah.
and Halloween H2O did not like.
No, I mean that mask was god awful too.
Mask was bad.
What were they thinking?
Josh Hartnett was bad.
Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, he plays Laurie's son.
Oh.
Yeah, he plays the.
I just don't understand what they were thinking. Like they're like
What's
shooting
with
this
the
movie and they're just
H2O?
like, oh
It was 20 years after the original release. and
yeah.
it was released 20 years after the original movie,
Oh.
and the story is set 20 years after the original events. of
Halloween water.
Yeah,
I was like, where's the water come in?
H2O, Halloween 20.
It's just a
basically.
mermaid Michael Myers. Like
It would be- yeah.
Man.
They should have marketed it as like H20, but they did. They called it H2O, and I don't know.
rolls off the tongue.
It does, but
It rolls off the tongue, but it was
the
You're
movie
so-
doesn't.
no,
Goes against the grain.
the movie rolls right off the edge of the couch into the
yeah.
trash.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
And it also erases all the sequels up except for number 2. It goes Halloween, Halloween 2, and then H2O in the timeline.
Oh, okay.
All the Season of the Witch and 4, 5, 6, whatever, and all the reboot, and whatever alternate timelines are erased.
And then Blumhouse redid the whole history again.
Yeah,
I feel like
they're 2 in at this point.
they're gonna just keep being like, this is the direct sequel. They're just gonna keep making movies that
Yeah.
are like called the direct sequels.
This is the direct
Yeah.
sequel to Halloween 8 or Halloween 8.
This is
Yeah.
direct sequel to Alien. This is direct sequel to fucking, I don't know, Jurassic Park. I don't know.
Well, they can't do that with the Marvel universe because there is like a concise timeline.
Yeah.
But they can do it with the DC universe.
Yes, they can because Warner Brothers they picked Zack Snyder of all people to be in charge of that universe, which
Mhm.
was just the worst mistake in movie cinematic history. Anyways, I think we're all aware that Alec Baldwin slayed someone on set.
Yes, erroneously.
They say it's an accident, but I think he knew what he was doing.
I disregard that, listeners.
I think he knew what he was doing.
There's big. I don't care like how clear cut of an accident it could be. They're looking for. I mean, they're out for blood. Somebody's gonna be pinned with this.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been hearing mixed stories. I heard that there actually was an armory person on set,
Yeah, there was.
They're not. I don't think they were a master armorer.
but there was somebody there.
They were. I've seen pictures. That person looks like a fucking maniac.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what I heard was that like the assistant director who handles that, has that responsibility, just went and grabbed a gun off the cart.
Mhm.
There was 3 weapons laid out, grabbed one, and then just gave it to Alec Baldwin.
It's a cold gun.
Yeah,
Either that or Alec Baldwin was like, hand me that gun. Why, Alec? Just hand me it.
Give me the one without the red cap on the front.
You.
guns that were unattended.
Well, the actual guns that were used in the production were revolvers, so
They're
you
like
can
old Western revolver.
yeah, you can see the gun in the chamber. So they needed to use actual rounds, but they were supposed to be blank rounds, obviously. But
Yeah.
Go
And I
ahead,
mean,
go-
they're still dangerous. Blanks are still dangerous.
they can do damage. Still,
at
yeah.
a distance they're not. Which anyways, so the story is that the armor, and this title kind of like got me like in a little bit of an irritated mood.
Okay.
She said she had no idea where the live rounds came from, and I was like, how do you not know where the live rounds came from?
That's
Like
your only
that's
job.
your job. But the context of it is that she was also doing another job on top of being an armorer. She was doing props as well.
Hmm.
So she was doing the props and the armor job, and veteran prop master Neil W. Zoromsky, I don't know. He said that being an armorer is like an incredibly like hard job to do. And on top of doing props, like that's like doing like 2 major full-time jobs at the same time. And so it kind of makes sense that I mean there should not be live rounds on a set. regardless. But at the same time, I could see like how like that could be overlooked if she's focusing on like a million other different things.
I read a report or a statement from someone else who had worked on the set, who I don't have the name, but basically reported that between takes or between like scenes that needed the prop guns, there were people on set like stagehands and grips and stuff that would go out and shoot cans out on the because they were out in the desert, right? So they like set up cans and stuff and like shoot them off of like fence posts and stuff, which implies that clearly there's live rounds there.
Which also implies that there's a lack of just management.
It's like, what are they doing on that set
for these crew?
Well, there's safety positions, like obviously like an armorer or like an explosives tech or like a stunt supervisor or something.
Yeah.
I really don't think that that's an overlapping gig that you want to like give somebody else more responsibility on top of it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're responsible to make sure this explosion goes off on the right time. But also, can you make sure there's like fresh coffee here in the morning? Please. They're both equally important.
Well,
tasks.
So here's my next question. Do you think this movie is going to be released? Or do you think they're too deep into it now that they can't turn back?
The director's injured, and the DP,
no, it's the assistant director.
No, the director.
Oh,
Injured.
it was the actual director,
and the cinematographer is dead.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just laugh when I get nervous.
There's
Why are you nervous?
Don't worry about it.
He's got a gun in his front pocket.
That's right.
No, I don't know, man. I feel like if it does get released, I feel like it's gonna be very.
It's gonna bomb.
It's gonna be a sought after movie to see, but I don't think people are they're gonna look at me out of morbid curiosity.
They're like, oh, this was the scene.
Yeah, this was the scene, or did they cut that scene out?
Entirely.
Like when people watched The Crow.
She died for that scene.
Exactly. That's probably it. Like, wow, at least she died for a piece of shit or whatever. At least she died for a great movie.
And who asked for an Alec Baldwin Western movie?
What tragedy. And he's a producer on the movie too, which there's some culpability there. If you're an EP and you're the money man and you're saying, yep, no, cut corners. We don't have the budget for that.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like the live rounds on the set. Apparently like it's cheaper to have actual guns and live rounds than it is to have blanks on a set.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like in Lord of War, all of those guns were real.
Yeah, that's that Nicolas Cage flick, right?
Yeah. And that they had like 50 actual tanks.
Oh my god, that movie's wild.
Like all the guns, they were just because they were cheaper to have than to do prop guns.
That's a reason why they had live humans or real human skeletons on the set of Poltergeist. It was cheaper to get.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
In that pool.
It's just weird.
Pool.
It's like you remember that movie Blank Check, I think it is, or what was it? No.
The kid who has the money.
No. I'm thinking of a different one. What Big Fat Liar with
Frankie
Muniz and Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
You remember that
girl, Amanda Bynes?
Yeah, Amanda Bynes. That's right. Remember they had that whole warehouse full of props that they were going through.
Is this in the movie?
Yeah, it was in the movie.
I haven't seen it in a really long time.
Oh, okay. So when people tell me like, oh, it's cheaper to use real guns or real human skeletal remains, I'm just like, I thought in Hollywood there would be like a huge warehouse full of props that they could just pick and pull like what they need out there.
But they have to pay for them still.
Why?
Because
why?
Someone owns it.
It has to be in the budget.
Who owns it?
Joseph Hollywood doesn't own it. You can just lend it out. Mr. Hollywood, can I use that prop, please?
I thought, like I thought, like, when you're on a studio a lot, like there's just a warehouse. It's kind of like a parts department in like a body shop. You just go in and you're just like, hey, I need this.
The studio is produces the movies. Like they give you some resources probably, but you still have to pay for it.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Right. What else you got, Tyler?
That's it for me.
That's it?
Yeah, I didn't really have any more news stories. I think the biggest news of all is me being banned.
Well,
for an episode. I can't GD believe it.
In the words of the great Obi-Wan Kenobi in episode 3, which I'm dressed as currently, you have done that yourself. Right?
Okay. That was professional. That was a professional segue
Thank you. So for my one news story that I do have, Did you guys hear about the Buzz Lightyear biopic? they
Oh
made?
yeah, that's so stupid.
Oh yeah, I don't. What is it like? How he became sentient as a toy?
No.
or-
This is a biopic of the character that the toy is based on, bro.
Is he not still a toy?
No. In this movie, so Buzz Lightyear, the toy, is based off of a character, and the character is based off of a real person in the lore.
Real person in what?
Like
in Toy Story
like-
world?
No, in
Human?
yeah, in the
our
human
world?
in the Toy Story human aspect of the
He's
world.
like a comic book character.
Like GI Joe is based off of a specific. Popeye is based
What
off
are the
of a
Gorgonites
real
based
person.
off of?
The Gorgonites?
The Gorgonites.
Gorgonites. Gorgonites are from Small Soldiers.
Yeah. What are they based on?
The different movie.
Furries.
Son of a bitch.
Klingons.
Oh yeah.
The lead Gorgonite, or not the lead Gorgonite, the lead the small soldier, the humanoid soldier
Yeah.
in that one is Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, I rewatched
He
it
voices
recently.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy. But anyways, so this is going to be a Pixar's biopic origin story of Buzz Lightyear called Lightyear.
What about Woody?
Fuck
Why not?
Woody.
Why Buzz?
Fuck Woody.
Well, I mean, like, what are you gonna do with Woody?
It's not Tim Allen, by the way.
No,
it
it's not.
isn't. It's
Guess who?
Chris.
It's Chris Evans,
Yeah.
Captain America himself.
Yeah, Chris.
Jesus
I'd
Christ.
rather have Woody.
I mean, I just thought Pixar.
the fuck?
I thought Pixar was a lot more. I mean, they're an incredibly creative and talented bunch over there. You know, they made Up, Cars, Wall-E,
Keep going.
Bugs Life,
Finding Nemo.
yeah, Finding Nemo,
Finding
like
Dory.
such original. Well, yeah, very original
The
movies.
Good Dinosaur.
very-
Inc.
and they're such original movies. Like I thought that when they would make another Pixar movie, it would be something completely new.
Well, they
And
haven't-
they're going
I
back
think
to
they
Buzz
have-
Lightyear.
They have another one coming out, I think.
From the studio that brought you 4 Toy Stories. You're surprised.
Moana?
You're surprised about this?
I don't know. Like,
4 Toy Stories and 2 Frozens.
well, yeah. I mean, I am
Is
surprised.
Disney Pixar Frozen?
Yeah, it's all Disney Pixar.
I don't know. I thought that they would have.
I'm razzing you a little bit, but I'm only because you were banned last week. But the I agree. It is a surprise when I saw that. I'm like, what? That's the okay.
First of all, he's a toy. He's made in a factory. That's the origin story.
It's Taiwanese factory plastic manufacturer.
There he is, just assembling him.
Yeah. Cool. Great movie.
See that? I think you're onto something.
And he has
That would have
hair.
been. That would have been a.
His hair. You know,
That would have been a fun story, is him escaping from like some factory in Taiwan
I
with
saw.
a bunch of other Buzz Lightyears.
I mean,
There's
it could have been like a Child's Play scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's already memes about the trailer and stuff, and people are saying his hair needs to be like a wave because he's been wearing a do rag his entire life.
Oh yeah.
Purple do rag on his head.
Oh man.
I will say this: I did watch the trailer for it because I have zero interest in seeing it, and I was just like, okay, this is going to be a spectacle. This is going to be ridiculous, and it looked like they're trying to make like an epic sci-fi movie, like a Damien Chazelle's type.
Like it looks dramatic.
First man, super dramatic movie
Yeah, yeah.
about
Yeah.
fucking origin of a toy.
I will say the animation
Oh,
does. The animation looks flawless though. Like it looks goddamn
I
good.
mean, Pixar knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
I wonder. I don't know. I don't know more about this, but I just thought it was ridiculous enough where I had to mention it.
Of course.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the last thing I wanted to read is from a listener, faithful listener to the show, Stephen from Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
You a dullard?
Oops, wrong one.
Me.
Sorry, Stephen, you're not a dullard that I know of. So Stephen sent us an email or a message to our Facebook page, and here's what it says. Good morning, guys. Happy Halloween weekend. I have a question for you 3. What is the hardest horror or thriller movie that you've ever watched? Like hardest to watch, I think. With that asked, have any of you seen Martyrs, the OG version from France? I originally heard Anderson talking about it on the Film Vault about 10 years ago in the Most Disturbing Movies episode, and it took about 5 years to get the nerve to watch it. I finally did it on Halloween years ago, and the movie, although being phenomenal, puts a massive dent in my psyche. LOL. I like that.
Yeah.
My psyche is tortured. LOL. It was during the time of the French torture porn era, but the story of the acting is out of this world. I haven't been able to go back and watch the movie again, but it remains as fresh as if I watched it last night. Have a great one, listener Steven. Thank you, Steven. Appreciate
Steven.
that. I haven't seen Martyrs.
Yeah, it's a hard watch.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a hard watch, and I shan't be seeing it anytime soon.
Unless the wheel has something to say about it.
No.
No, I'm not going to put Martyrs on the wheel. You seen it?
No.
Okay, so
I've heard of it.
let's go around hardest to watch movies, and we'll make it quick because we got stream picks. So
Hardest to watch?
Yeah.
In terms of what?
Well, just for you, what was the hardest movie that you like, horror slasher movie that you watched that was like, I have a hard time completing this, or like that maybe not even a horror slasher movie, like
Just a movie in general.
yeah, whatever. It says horror thriller movies. What's the hardest horror thriller movie you've ever had to watch?
Let me look. See if I can get any inspiration. I mean, Antichrist,
Antichrist is a tough one.
Human Centipede.
I think mine might have been.
Human Centipede is not a hard watch.
Yeah, it is.
What about you,
There
Jen
you go.
Tyler?
That would have to be what's that Gaspar Noé movie?
Irreversible.
Irreversible.
Okay,
Ugh,
Oh,
God.
that's a good one.
I guess Into the Void.
Oh
Or
yeah,
Enter the Void. Whatever.
Into the Void. Yeah, that's
Into the Void. Yeah,
That's not a horror movie, but it is a thriller, I guess. Sort of.
Yeah,
It's
kind of.
just a hard movie to watch.
yeah.
It is. It is. It's. Oh man, it's so long too. So long. But yeah, Irreversible is just. Ugh, man, I've only seen it twice, and after I watched it the second time, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I get it.
Never again.
I get it. Maybe. Maybe.
I'm gonna say for me it was probably the Green Inferno. There were some really disturbing cannibal scenes in it,
Oh yeah.
and the gross factor of it was and it felt more real than like a Saw or something.
That's Eli Roth's movie,
it is
right?
Eli Roth, yeah.
That's
It
the
looks
one where
cheesy.
when the girl gets
It's
diarrhea
it's
in the
rough.
cage.
Yeah. There's a lot
I'm
of
gonna be sick.
there's a lot of rough scenes in that movie.
Oh, that movie made me laugh so much.
No.
It's
I was gonna
hilarious.
say Apocalypto, but
there's a couple scenes.
There's a
in
couple scenes in there.
yeah, but not like all the way through. It's just a couple or a few scenes that is like the sacrifice scenes. And
Yeah.
Hostel Part 2 is a pretty hard watch. Not because it's horrifying or anything. It's just really bad.
Passion of the Christ.
That was a tough one.
Yeah,
That was a
Yeah.
tough one.
that was a tough one too.
Well, thank you, Stephen, for uncorking some terrifying memories, unsettling, stomach
There's
churning memories.
nothing-
You've unzipped me.
I can think of that. It's like I would like I feel like turning this off. I've never had that experience.
How about maybe there's
At
the
least not yet.
correlation would also be like movies you'll never want to watch again. That's for me. That's Green and Furrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyways, that's enough of that. Let's get into some streaming picks.
Movies.
Currently streaming live on the internet.
Dreaming in?
I want my picks back.
Streaming into
All right, I don't know who has the fucking pick.
Dreaming.
That story is streaming elsewhere.
You found the pick.
Joseph, what do you got for the listeners?
I got a few things. I'll go by. I'll list out what I watched and then recommend
Okay.
the ones that I liked.
All right.
First, on top of the week, I watched this movie that was released on HBO for a limited time. A little indie movie called Dune,
Hold on a second.
streaming for a month until end of November.
Yeah.
End of November. So that's
Cool.
streaming right now.
Enough time to watch it 5 or 6 more times.
Yes.
Wait, did you watch it a second time?
Yes, I watched it on the Sunday.
I watched it a second time too.
And so Dune, we talked about Dune, you know what it's about. So that's what I watched, streaming HBO Max for a limited time. The next movie,
Throat singing.
the next movie I watched is this classic, I don't know, a classic, but it's a Terry Gilliam movie that I didn't realize, maybe I realized halfway through that it was a Terry Gilliam movie. It's like, this feels like a sort of Gilliam movie. And it is The Brothers Grimm,
Oh,
starring Matt Damon and Heath Ledger.
I didn't know that it was Gilliam.
Yeah, it's Gilliam. And I was like, oh, Jonathan Pryce is in it, so maybe it is Gilliam. And it felt like a Sam Raimi movie at one point.
There's a lot of crossover in those two vibes.
But yeah, The Brothers Grimm is basically a story about the Grimm, the creators of the Grimm fairy tales,
Yeah.
like Red Riding Hood and fucking werewolf, and all those fairy tales, and it turns it into like kind of like almost like an origin story of the Grimm brothers, and they basically are like con men in this movie, and they're like making money off of exploiting like villagers, like village people, and
aren't they just authors in the real life?
In real life, they are.
Okay.
And well, yeah, the Heath Ledger's character, his name is Jacob, I think, and he is like the writer, and Matt Damon is like basically like the face of the Brothers Grimm. He's like basically is the money man. He like talks to all the people. It's like, oh, you got a witch?
Okay,
we can help you.
Yeah, it's like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, sort of. Except
for delusional people.
Medieval.
Yeah, they just exploit that. Like, oh, they're like this family died in this barn 100 years ago, and the witch has been haunting this area. So like they set up this whole thing, like elaborate, like just like a stage thing, and they have like a witness there from the village to show that it's real, but like it's just ropes and mirrors and fog and like springboards and stuff.
Okay, so it's like Scooby Doo.
Yeah, and they basically are just conning people.
Okay,
out of their money.
That's fair.
And then it kind of turns into it gets it's like it's a real thing. It slowly turns into like a real thing. There's a real witch. There's a real witch that's kidnapping these children in the kind of that classic folklore of like an old witch capturing young children to get the youth back.
And
get
over your costume.
And there's like there's a Gretel and Hansel and Gretel, and I can't concentrate.
You can't concentrate on the ballroom dance scenes.
No.
He gets lost in the lyrics.
Turn back, Sarah.
So they get basically hired to figure out what's going on by Jonathan Pryce, who's like the king or the governor or mayor or something. I can't remember his role, but
okay.
And otherwise, their friends, who are like their two lackeys, are going to get killed. And also, Lena Headey is in it.
Okay.
Cersei from Game of Thrones. She plays the daughter of like this person, like the daughter of her father, who basically goes missing, like went missing when she was young.
Okay.
And she hasn't seen him, and he like there's like this whole thing. It's really cool, really fantasy, really seasonal.
So is it fun? Is it good?
Yeah, it's just a fun movie. It's not necessarily the best movie, but it's
fun
and seasonal.
All right.
Yeah, and it's dated.
Halloween.
2005 is when it came out.
I feel like that came out so much later than that.
Me too.
Yeah, perfectly entertaining, but and also Peter Stormare is in it.
Of course.
Yes.
And where's that streaming?
That was on. I think it was also on HBO.
Brothers Grimm, HBO.
Yeah.
All right.
I could be wrong. I finally finished Squid Game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did it.
How'd you like it?
As a whole, it was all right.
Yeah.
Just all right.
There's like maybe by the 6th episode I was in.
Good.
I was into it. Because that's the best episode.
Is that the marble one?
Yes.
Oh,
the marble one.
I weeped. I weeped at that episode.
Because that's probably the
best
best episode. And then maybe like 6, 7, and actually, 6, 7, and 8 are like probably like the best episodes.
I'd say so.
And then the last episode was just bad. Just wasn't good.
Dyes his hair red.
I'm not a fan of the ending for sure.
Squid Game starts bad and ends bad, but the middle's good.
Middle's pretty good. It's a shit sandwich.
Yeah.
Or it's a good sandwich on shit bread.
I don't know.
Yeah. You got the
that.
butt ends of the bread.
All I could think of is like how accepting they were of like this horrifying traumatic game. Like they're just like, yep, well, we know we're gonna die, so it's not even for that much money either. Like it is a lot of money, but it's not that.
It's like $450 million.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have to do shit ever again.
I would not again. I cherish my life a lot more than $450 million. Like getting shot down or falling to your these deaths are horrible. They're horrible.
Falling to your death, getting shot in the head.
Yeah, or in the chest.
Hey, either way, you don't have debt. Either way, you're out of debt.
Either way, I don't know. I didn't really understand there's like, I don't know if you want to get into it. There's a whole subplot that
harvesting the organs
that like
and stuff.
It's like, what was the point of that?
I think it was just kind of like
I feel like it's because it was 9 episodes. If they were to make it like 5 or 6, like Midnight Mass, they could get rid of a lot of that.
Yeah. And I don't see the point of having another season.
Me neither. I would have liked to make it stand alone.
Because
I mean, they
the-
are doing it, aren't they?
the
I mean,
I think so,
That's
yeah.
that's the hint.
They
at
would
the
be
end of
they would be stupid not to be honest, financially, with the amount of
mean,
like craze that was over the series.
The original creator isn't making any money off of the show
What?
Well, that's depressing.
because he's made the amount of money that was in his contract when he originally.
But he doesn't get the
He did-
profit.
As from what I've read, he doesn't.
Uh,
So
What else?
unless he writes
he's
the
living
next
his
se-
own Squid Game.
unless he writes the next season, and then who knows?
Nice.
Oh, jeez.
That's your next one.
Oh, so this next movie also streaming. Oh, Squid Game's on Netflix. So
Yeah.
next movie streaming on also on HBO. It's this little sci-fi movie called Dune that I watched.
Oh, wow.
That I watched this week. Yeah, starring Timothy Chalamet and other people.
That's Paul.
Yes, and yeah, so that's streaming on HBO for a limited time.
Nice.
Yes,
You watched,
Wow.
you watched that twice this week?
yes.
I watched it twice last week.
I did watch it a second time, and I have to say, it grew on me. It grew on me.
It grew more on me.
Nice. All right, Tyler.
I'm covered in sand.
Tyler.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, you're not done? Okay.
This is not
Jesus.
this is not a stream pick because I
Okay.
did not like this movie.
Oh.
This is the original Nightmare on Elm Street movie,
Oh, really?
Oh,
and
that's
it's not really that good. It's the whole movie. So the premise of Elm Street is Freddy Krueger. Kills you in your dreams.
yeah.
Which is kind of a cool concept, but the movie, you see these characters who are fighting going to sleep,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
watching them fighting going to sleep made me really want to go to sleep.
That's why you didn't like the movie, because it made you want to go to sleep.
Because he's saying it's boring.
It's just like, I mean, sure, in the 80s I'm sure it did its job, but like nowadays it's just not. It like falls in the Halloween category.
Yeah.
Oh.
Iconic, but not good.
Yeah.
It doesn't hold up.
Oh.
And also like Freddy Krueger, like as a character, as a slasher,
Mhm.
I don't know, he's just like a clown.
Kinda.
He's
Well,
like,
that's the point. He's supposed to be over the top.
I like
he's
this.
like got my nails.
I like the,
Look at
uh,
my claws.
I like the Groundskeeper Willie version of Freddy Krueger.
I do too.
That's my favorite
I
version.
love that episode of The
Yeah.
Simpsons.
But yeah, I think that's streaming on HBO too. I think all of them are.
Yeah, I watched number 3 last week to prep for the obscure movie show.
Yeah.
And yeah, everyone says the number 3 is Dream Warriors is the best of the series, and didn't like that either.
Is that what's called Dream Warriors?
Number 3 Dream Warriors. Yeah,
what the fuck?
they go into their games to fight. You know,
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah,
The
and
guy-
also
the
like
guy.
Krueger,
The guy. Yeah.
and also like the sleep dream world that Krueger is a part of. It's like he can do whatever he wants. This is his world, but he doesn't. He just like
He
kind of
doesn't-
just kind of fucks with them.
I know. He's
Like,
like,
yeah, he's sadistic.
he can just like flick their head off, but he doesn't do that either.
But it's not fun for him. He likes the torment.
And the scene that's parodied in Scary Movie 2 where the girl gets like dragged onto the ceiling
Oh yeah, yeah.
and like the ghost has sex with her. But in this one, she gets murdered instead.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that's what this is from.
I like
I'm really
the scene.
surprised.
I like the scene when she gets pulled through the window of the front door.
Oh, that was so dumb. That was so stupid. Just like it's literally just a mannequin, just fucking
Yeah.
just stiff as a board.
It's fun. It's
fun.
fun.
It's fun-y
It's fun and funny.
and not worth watching.
I totally disagree, but I respect your opinion.
Well, I'm
is, that,
glad.
is that your last one?
Yes.
Okay, Tyler, go ahead.
All right, so my next movie is also streaming on HBO Max, and this is a movie that I was super stoked about when it was. It's not, dude. I promise.
Oh, okay.
It's Underwater.
Oh,
2020's
Oh,
Underwater,
yeah.
starring Kirsten. I almost said
Kirsten
Kirsten Dunst.
Dunst.
Kristen Stewart.
Kirsten Stewart.
So essentially, it's about.
I think we've all stream picked this now.
Have we really?
Pete stream picked it, then I stream picked it.
I loved it.
Oh, that's why.
Super fun creature feature.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Well, so I watched it last week, and it's essentially. I mean, if we've already talked about it, then I'm just hashing over,
Hey, give us your opinion,
old
though.
news. But essentially, a drilling factory is at the bottom of the Mariana Trench, and then they dig a little bit too far. And I won't go more further into it, other than this movie really reminded me of like Alien. I really got Alien vibes because you don't see the monster that much, but you know, like something bad is happening. And I mean,
You see the monster like 100 times more than you see in the first Alien.
well, yeah, well,
They really
In
dude,
underwater, there's like little ones.
yeah. There's like 3 or 4 different types of creature too.
When they
and then
when-
there's the bad.
when they show the fucking giant.
but it's really murky
yeah.
though. Like you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
like and it goes so fast. I mean, I guess what makes this movie so thrilling for me as well is that they're at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Like that's pressures and pressures of water on top of them.
Is there a
on
bottom?
top of
Have
what?
they gone to the bottom of the Mariana
I
Trench?
don't know.
Yeah, that's what it says. That they're at the bottom.
No,
of the-
in real life.
Oh, I'm sure James Cameron has. Or something
James
like
Cameron
that.
was down there yesterday.
Yeah, that's one of his favorite hangs.
Jimmy C.
Jimmy C. Jimmy C. I love it. But yeah, Underwater streaming on HBO Max. I want to just a really great film, and I got a lot of Alien vibes on it, and I was enthralled the whole time.
Cool. Awesome. All right. You just got the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
That's
there
fair.
might have been a new movie. I think it's called Dune.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, I think that's
You did watch.
starring Timothy Chalamet.
You did.
Is that his name?
You did watch
Chalamet?
Dune, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And you said you liked it more now.
I did. I rewatched it again, and yeah, it has grown on me. I still abide by the opinion that Fellowship did it better, but
It's not a comparison.
Yeah, that's like it's like one of the greatest
oh,
stories
yes, it is.
One of
It
the
is
greatest
such a
stories
comparison.
ever
Why?
told.
You're gonna compare a fantasy movie to a sci-fi?
I know.
Well, I
Next
guess
thing
I
you
am.
compare Star Wars to Dune.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of people comparing Dune to Star Wars. I'm just like, what the hell are you talking about?
There's a ton of parallels.
Leave it to the
I
professionals.
don't see any parallels.
I don't.
Other than that they're in space.
They go to the sand planet,
Arrakis.
Arrakis, which is actually like an allegory for Iraq.
They left jihad out
Right?
of the movie. They left
From
Well,
Star Wars,
the-
Iraq.
Well, the writer was fascinated with like Islamic culture when he was writing the book.
Interesting.
They left jihad out of the movie, which I was kind of bummed about.
If you don't like that, I'll put a jihad on you too. All right. My streaming picks. I'm going to go through a couple. One very fun and funky one, like a funky flick, low budget, kind of horror thriller called Bingo Hell from 2021 on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
It was shot very like the first. There's kind of 2 parts. It follows a group of elderly people that are being pushed out of a gentrified neighborhood, being like their neighborhood's being gentrified in like Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And it's like these old cholos, and they're like in like thugs, but now they're old.
Yeah.
And they're still kind of like living their life and talking shit to people. But a bingo hall comes into town. They run this really low rent bingo hall, and a mega church type bingo hall comes into town. That's like a fucking Las Vegas casino. And like the
Bingo.
yeah, like a bingo hall. And the prizes normally when at the OG bingo hall, like their bingo hall is like, oh, you get a free haircut from Jim's hair place down the corner or whatever.
Sure.
And the bonuses or the jackpots for this new bingo place is like $100,000. And they're like, what the how are they even doing this? Like it doesn't even cost anything to play.
And if they lose, they die.
No, that's what I was thinking there was going to be something, but it's almost like, I don't know. It's got this weird fantasy sort of sci-fi creature aspect to it, where you think maybe like the devil is running the bingo hall.
Ooh, that would have been
And
interesting.
there's some like slime, like what's it called? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze.
Oh, ooze, yeah.
Stuff happening. There's like ooze around. But the way that it's shot inside the bingo hall is very like Tony Scott from like Smoke Domino, and he's got a lot of those really frenetic like zoom in, zoom out, crazy colors. So it's some fun things. It's definitely a low budget movie, but I think it's worth watching on like a weekday night.
It's like a thrilling bingo game.
Yeah, Bingo Hell.
God, that's so weird.
Bingo Hell 2021 on Amazon Prime. And then a movie that I do not recommend at all. 100% anti-streaming pick. It's called Night Teeth. We were looking for a night teeth.
Teeth?
Yeah, like zombies,
Like
or
night, like,
vampires.
Like not day, but night.
Yeah, nighttime teeth. So this was a zombie movie that we saw pop up on Netflix, Bree and I, and she's like, "Ooh, I've always wanted. Sounds good." This driver picks up 2 vampires, and then for the ride of the knife, and he's like a chauffeur, and it's really bad. It's really bad. It's not good.
Is it a Netflix produced movie?
Probably.
I knew it. I knew it. See, they have more misses than hits.
This just looks like churned out teen drama shit. Like it looks like something like the Scream TV series that like MTV made. It was like that quality, like just like a TV show, but it's a movie. Not good. So
at least people got.
What is
paid
it?
for
Like a chamber piece? Like they're all in a car the whole time? Or?
No, it's not like that. It's almost like Collateral, where he takes them from place to place and bad things happen in each location.
He's a chauffeur.
He's a chauffeur. Yeah, he's driving their Escalade, which is funny because they take the Escalade logo off, Cadillac logo off the front,
But you know what
put
it
a
is.
star there, and you're like, okay, we get it. So don't watch that, Night Teeth, but do watch Dune. Dune watch on HBO Max. Dune. It's only you only have one more month, and then you're gonna have to buy it on 4K. And listen to this. Glorious.
I wonder who they hired.
Riveting stuff.
So yeah, watch Dune again, and then also a classic, which I don't need to mention, but I will anyways, because it still shocks me that people haven't seen this. Bree had never seen this before. Ferris Bueller's Day Off on Netflix.
You've never seen that movie before?
No, Bree had never seen it.
Oh, okay.
The Love of My Life.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a great
movie that I would like watch like every weekend.
It's so fun
because it was on TV.
Yeah, it's so fun, and it's like John Hughes in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it's like a comedy epic.
It is. It's a comedy adventure road trip movie, and
they don't go anywhere. They just
they go to the city.
It's like a daycation.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And there's some really unrealistic stuff in there, and you're like, how could they fit all this in one day? And the entire city, he pulls up in the taxi cab next to his dad.
Oh yeah.
And his dad doesn't recognize Sloan somehow.
Yeah. Your father is Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago.
Yeah. That's right.
And then Matthew Broderick went on his way to run someone over.
2 people, actually.
Oh, it was 2 people.
Yeah. 2 people. We're gonna forget about Alec Baldwin in no time.
Oh man.
So, anyways, those are mine. I have other ones that I saw. One movie that's pretty amazing that might go on the wheel, which I won't talk about, that I watched this week, and it
was pretty amazing.
It was on
the edge of my seat. What is it?
I don't want to say it's Titan or Titan.
Oh yeah, I think that's streaming now.
You can rent it for streaming.
Oh, you can.
It was like
rent it, that's
$7
right.
or something like that, and I watched it, and it was crushing to me, in a good way. It was very strange. I had very conflicting emotions about it, and it invoked more emotion in me than any movie I can think of in recent history.
Is this a movie night with your loved one?
No, no, it's not. Do not cuddle up, and don't have anyone you're related to be in the room with you when you're watching this.
No.
Watch it alone.
Women with. Don't watch it with your dad. Definitely don't watch it with your dad if you're a female. There are some very strange themes in that movie, but it's fucking great.
I can infer what you're saying.
Oh, it's glorious. So I might be.
But I've heard really good things about it. Damn, I should have seen it in theaters.
Might make it onto the wheel. Anyways, that's all I got. You guys got anything else?
Nope.
No, I don't. I think that's it.
Okay.
For this segment.
Okay, we're gonna sign off the last half of this episode. We're gonna take a 5-minute break. For all you streamers out there, thanks for listening. We'll see you later on in the week for all you podcast listeners in about 5 minutes for the streamers.
Yeah.
Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/MCFC podcast.
Follow us on Twitter at podcast MCFC.
Please follow us on Instagram at Middle Class Film Class.
And leave us a voicemail. It's in the show notes.
Oh yeah, I forgot
If
to
you're,
pull up the number.
if you're streaming, you just gotta download the GD episode for yourself.
Buy a shirt.
Yeah, that too. Wherever that is.
Yeah.
And a mug. I want mugs. All right, we'll see you soon.
See ya.
See ya.
Every time I look in the mirror, all these lines on my face getting clearer. The past is gone. It went by like dusk to dawn. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got their dues to pay. Yeah, I know nobody knows where it comes or where it goes. I know it's everybody's sin. You got to lose to know how to win. Half my life's in books, written pages, lived and learned from fools and from
All right, welcome back, streamers.
We're back.
Hello, classmates. Welcome back to our spooky Halloween week. And welcome to another episode of Middle Class Film Class. I'm your host for today, Pete, a.k.a. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
And I'm Joseph, aka Jareth, the Goblin King.
I'm David S. Pumpkin.
That's pretty good. On this episode, we're going to be reviewing my choice from the Wheel of Destiny, Starship Troopers.
In every age, there is a cause worth fighting for. But in the future, the greatest threat to our survival will not be man at all. Now, the youth of tomorrow must travel across the stars to defend our world.
We are a generation commanded by fate to defend humankind.
Everyone fights, no one quits.
We are going in with first wave. You smash the entire area. You kill anything that has more than 2 legs. You get me? We get you, sir.
But they will face an enemy more devastating than any ever imagined. TriStar Pictures takes you to the front lines of the next frontier.
Kill them all.
Starship Troopers.
Damn right.
A trailer.
That was an action-packed trailer.
Yeah.
I think it was a good representation of the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, Starship Troopers, 1997, directed by Paul Verhoeven, director of RoboCop and what else did he do?
Coming out with a new movie.
Oh,
about nuns.
The nun banging one.
Yeah.
He did Black Book, RoboCop, Elle, Hollow Man. Oh, Benedetta. I think it just actually came out. There's some reviews. People are triggered.
People are triggered. The nuns are triggered.
People are triggered. He directed Showgirls, Total Recall, Basic Instinct.
Not surprised by that.
No, me either. What a pedigree, though. So Paul Verhoeven, very strange man by all accounts. Written by Edward Neumeier, screenplay, and based off the book by Robert Heinlein of the same name.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a book off of this? Oh.
Yes.
And
yeah.
it just, it's there was some. I think when the movie came out, there was a lot of like backlash against the movie because it like didn't follow the book or something like that.
Yeah,
but like the movie was meant as like almost like a parody of the book.
Well, according to the actual writer of the book, he says that he was parodying fascism in general.
Yeah,
but that's not how Paul Verhoeven interpreted it. He interpreted it, plus Neumeier interpreted it that it was like a pro totalitarianism regime.
Yeah.
So they like almost lampooned it even more. Like swung even further the opposite direction. And it was not an accident that the costume designs were very closely related to the Nazi regime.
Yeah. I always thought this movie was kind of like a parody on totalitarianism.
Wow, nailed it.
Yeah.
Good job, dude.
Oh man, this movie is one of my favorites.
Good. I'm glad. Let's go around the room and take our first reactions. And what's your relationship with the movie, Joseph? How many times have you seen this?
Full viewing, probably like maybe 3 times. I think there was a Red Museum for this movie.
Yes.
And then this was probably my 3rd time, and I think I've seen it one time before Red Museum. But I had seen like parts of it, like growing up. Like I had watched it again. I just remember like scenes from the movie, like the whole like him getting impaled in the leg.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then his getting it repaired.
Yeah.
Like him floating in the tank.
The Luke Skywalker tank. Yeah.
Just like various imagery before actually watching the whole movie again. Each time I watch this movie, I feel like I like it even less each time.
Interesting.
Because I feel like for me, I guess the thing that draws people back is, I don't know, it just it gets watered down each time I watch it. Like it's not anything new to me. Like it doesn't have as enough like ridiculousness or
It's not. It's like it
over the topness.
toes the line between like not campy enough and too cheesy to be too cheesy to be serious and
Yeah,
not-
and then I think the only way that I could like enjoy it more is if I was showing somebody who has never seen it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's not a movie that I would like. I ever feel like watching. It's a movie that I would catch on TV if I had cable.
All right,
but not necessarily. I'm like, let's watch Starship Troopers because I love it so much.
Yeah. Is it more of an ironic love? Do you think that because there's a really strong feeling by a lot of people?
No, I
for
could
this
see how
movie.
people might find it like entertaining all the time, like because it is like has that like sort of serious comedy aspect of it, like the things that they're doing and saying. It's like they're playing it straight, but it's like comedy to us.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's like almost like watching a Schwarzenegger 80s movie or 90s movie.
Yeah,
like it's so over the top.
Yeah,
that it's
like I'd rather
it's
watch
almost
one of
funny.
those than this. And there are things about this movie that I do enjoy, like basically like I guess it would be like the effects of like the just dismembered soldiers just like laying around.
Yeah,
and like that's like brutal. It's
super
like,
brutal.
It's like really graphic.
There's a ton of I
But
mean,
like pretty good makeup.
Paul Verhoeven doesn't fuck around when it comes to like graphic imagery of death and dismemberment in his movies.
Yeah, but I guess it's like it has the like the lighting and like the like of a comedy, but it's like a sort of like serious action movie at the same time.
What'd you call that before? High key?
Yeah, it's like high key, just like everything's lit.
Yeah,
you know, it's not like dramatic lighting.
Yeah, like the sets on like the interior shots of the spaceships are clearly sets.
Like I like kind of like Demolition Man. I get
Yeah.
the same vibe. Although between Demolition Man and Starship Troopers, I would watch Demolition Man.
Really?
Yes,
That's a controversial take.
I find it more entertaining because it is more campy.
Okay, which would you rather of the three? Demolition Man, Starship Troopers, or Judge Dredd the original?
Demolition Man.
Still Judge.
Judge Dredd is a bad movie.
It's not good. But Dredd is a great movie.
Yes, but it's on a different level.
Yeah,
it's on a different category.
Almost zero camp.
Yeah,
featuring the aforementioned from last episode, Lena Headey.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, it's not like I didn't like it, just like I liked it less.
All right, that's fair. How about you, Tyler?
Yeah, so I really, really love this movie. I like how over the top it is. I think it's the dialogue that gets me. Is like it's so, I don't want to say cheesy, but
campy.
I guess campy. It's like parroting a schlocky movie, like what you were mentioning before, and I just really like the idea of it being almost like a propaganda movie. Like it's like, what's the difference between a citizen and a civilian? You know, citizens, they can vote, and civilians, they can't.
Yeah.
And so I really like the idea of it being a propaganda for you, a movie for you to join the military service to become a citizen. I think it was just really over the top, and I agree with you, Joseph. I wish it was a little bit more extreme. But
in what aspect?
I think I think the dialogue could have been a little bit more campier. Like it could have just been a little bit more ridiculous, just because of like the way that the military is presented. Because there's a couple of scenes where it's like you're almost watching like a training video or like an introduction video, and I think if they were a little bit more, I really, my favorite scene, it's in the beginning of the movie where I'm doing my part, and they show like a teenage kid like in full like
12 years old.
Yeah, he's like, I'm doing my part. Ridiculous.
And then everybody laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I just really like the parodying of like fascism and stuff like that. It's just
fun fact about that
hilarious.
little kid. That was actually the actor that was originally going to play Johnny Rico.
What?
But instead they chose to use 35-year-old actors.
What was that?
I'm just kidding.
No,
I can hear
something.
What is that?
Oh,
sweet
it's on
Jesus.
mine, but it's at 0.
Is this studio haunted?
Well, anyways,
but yeah, I really great fun movie. I'm kind of in the camp with Joseph though. I wouldn't put this on like on my own accord. I would want to catch it like on TV, or if like a movie theater was playing, I would be like, oh yeah, I'll go see it. But like, I'm not gonna be like laying in bed and I'm like, oh, Starship Troopers. It's a special movie that requires special occasions.
All right, fair enough. I've probably seen this movie, Starship Troopers, 10 times, maybe something like that. I love it. I think it's one of my favorite, like, very brutal movies that I saw as a like from my childhood that still holds up to me, and it blows me away. It always has, and it still does. How great the bugs look in 1997.
Yeah, that was a good design on those arachnids.
Do you want to guess who was responsible for that?
Is it George Lucas?
It's
Is it
not.
the design of the bugs or the animation?
Cronenberg?
The design and the
Geiger
and the production.
Cronenberg?
No. We talked about it on the show recently.
Have we?
Phil Tippett.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
who
yeah.
was the dinosaur, basically the dinosaur wrangler on Jurassic Park.
The Wrangler.
Yeah. He's quoted as saying for this movie that they were originally, when the first production was outlined and he was pitched as basically the set designer for the aliens. They were planning on maybe doing puppets or maybe doing claymation, and then they said Jurassic Park came out and they realized, yes, we can. It's going to be CGI.
Yeah.
This is the quality of CGI that's available now. Ours is going to be CGI too. And they took a lot of the things that he learned on Jurassic Park and then applied it to this, which makes sense because it's gorgeous.
I mean, it looks great.
Yeah.
It looks great. Even I think if this movie came out today,
For the 90s, it looks great.
That's what I'm saying. It's a legitimately terrifying creature design.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the quality.
Yeah, there's some. It's really good for 1997.
That's what I'm saying for 1997.
Yeah, I feel like if this came out in 2010, I think it would still probably be up to par.
Yeah,
it'd be better than a lot of the stuff that came out. I mean, a couple scenes, not so much, but like a lot of the close-up stuff, it's pretty damn good.
Well, the practical stuff is better than the CGI stuff.
I think if you just like have the mindset that this is like an introduction training video for the mobile infantry or whatever, like there's a good suspension of belief or disbelief.
Yeah,
suspension
of disbelief.
Yeah, because I was believing everything that happened in this movie.
then it suspended that. Well, I mean, so I that's me. That's where I come from with it. I love it. Love the series or the show.
Yeah. Did you watch it when it first came out?
I don't know. I don't know what the first time it was that I watched it, but it was pretty close to its original release. And yeah, I shan't ever watch any of the sequels.
Yeah,
it's weird that there are sequels.
Yeah, there's like 3 other Starship Troopers, and I'm just like, ugh, I mean, like that's not the point of the movie, though. Like, it's not supposed to be a continuing story.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's interesting.
I guess you could do it, but like, it's really not worth it.
There was there were some really interesting things. Like Paul Verhoeven directed this, and then he had a series of other movies that he directed that kind of went straight to DVD or like were poorly conceived and poorly received. Hollow Man had more movies afterwards.
Oh yeah,
none of them directed by Paul Verhoeven, and were all pretty bad.
Hollow Man starring Josh Brolin.
Really?
Yeah, I learned that recently.
Really?
Was he the Invisible Man?
No, it's Kevin Bacon.
Oh my God, that's right. I forgot about that movie.
No,
it's Kevin Bacon. As
Kevin Bacon.
So Hollow Man was Brolin. Invisible Man was Kevin Bacon.
No. In Hollow Man, the person who is hollow, the Hollow Man, is Kevin Bacon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So who's Brolin?
Brolin is he's another scientist.
He's in the movie
yes.
too. Okay, gotcha. Okay. I was confused for a second.
Oh man, I totally forgot that movie.
Wow. Yeah, there was other ones. I can't. Maybe. Oh, it was RoboCop. It was RoboCop, Starship Troopers, and Hollow Man all had sequels, not directed by Paul Verhoeven. That were all garbage by all accounts. So, anyways, what's your favorite part?
Favorite part of Starship Troopers?
Yeah. Of this so-so movie.
I don't know. It's a long movie. I feel like it could be shorter.
A little over 2 hours.
Yeah.
I never felt like it dragged for me though.
Yeah.
Tyler, did you catch Rue McClanahan
No.
from Golden Girls.
She was what?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh man, she does not look like
She's
herself.
the blind teacher.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She did not look like herself.
She looks like this.
I thought she looked familiar though.
Yeah.
She looks like what's the fat Cenobite?
Oh, Butterball.
She looks like Butterball in this.
She got the burnt eyes.
Yeah.
And the
What?
glasses.
Butterball.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Can't believe they named that Cenobite Butterball. How were they
Sure, it's just a
thinking?
colloquialism.
How were they thinking? No, my favorite part. I have a few favorite parts, but the one that comes to mind is when they're looking for the brain bug, and when they finally catch it. It's Neil Patrick Harris who he puts his hand on the bug and he's like, it's afraid, and everyone's like, yeah,
That's
it's like what?
I think you finally realize, okay, maybe the humans are the bad guys.
Yeah, it's afraid, and they all cheer.
they're all
and
afraid. Yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris looking like a fucking just not Nazi
straight
doctor,
up SS doctor,
Nazi scientist.
Yeah,
I read some trivia about this that on set they called him Doogie Himmler when he was in his Nazi cloak.
That's hella funny.
oh man.
I like the fact that they're supposed to be in high school, yet look like they're all 30.
Yes, they are. They're all over 30.
But strangely enough, the new recruits after Rico becomes lieutenant look actually like high school
I know.
students.
They're like, who are these kids?
They just came out of boot.
They haven't been in there for a year. It said the flashback was 1 year ago.
Yeah.
They've been in 1 year. They're 34 years old.
I enjoy the violence. I guess that's not a specific scene.
Yeah.
But just like the amount of tearing apart of these soldiers from the bugs.
Maybe that's why it works well for me, because all that, like, I can deal with so acting. I'm okay with like some campiness and some schlockiness and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like I have to have a like good violence and good, like there's stakes on the line, you know, that's actual stakes. And since you have so many recruits in that boot camp and then replaced by people later, it gives you good opportunities for those characters to die off, and you don't know which ones are safe.
Yeah. I really like that scene where the lieutenant shoots the guy who got taken off by one of the flying bugs.
Oh yeah.
And everyone's like kind of in silence. He's like, I expect you to do the same for me.
Yeah, good old Michael Ironside.
Yeah. I am
like, it was just so over the top.
I guess I just kind of wish that they leaned into the actors leaned into the dialogue a little bit more in terms of the way in their performances.
Well, you didn't like Denise Richards' the same delivery for every line through the whole movie. That's great, Johnny. I'm breaking up with you. I love you.
Also, it's kind of fucked up what happens. So Rico and Denise Richards, I forgot her name.
Yeah,
character's name.
Carmen.
So they're
Carmen,
like a thing before they go into the academy or whatever it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they both follow their career paths. She wants to be a pilot, and then he's doing grunt soldier shit.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she sends him that video message. You know, I want to go pro, or what? I want to go.
She wants to go career.
I want to go pro. I want to go career.
Go pro.
And then they, both of them, start like kind of hanging out with their other sexed partners, basically.
Yeah.
their
And then
backup plan.
And they both both of them, they start kind of, separating from each other and like getting with them. And then both of those people die, and then they get back together. That's bullshit.
Do they get back together?
I mean, it's sort of like,
is it bullshit?
There's like an inference there, I feel like, but I think not them getting back together, but like,
but I'm with you. Yeah.
But like her, especially Rico's like new flame over
Dizzy.
Like she, like they had like a genuine connection. It seemed like, and then she just gets fucking murdered.
Brutal. I know.
Yeah. Terribly.
That was completely shocking to me.
And then he gets his brain sucked out.
Oh yeah.
And like
that was a very disturbing scene.
And it's like I don't know. I didn't enjoy that.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like the whole point of the movie is like no one's safe.
I guess so.
No one's like you're expendable. Like, and that's the whole point of like being in a fascist regime is that everyone.
I think they should have killed Johnny Rico.
I just didn't like that part of the movie. I mean, I didn't care about the dude. I was more about Rico's. Like, I feel like they like had an actual thing, and like
they do. Yeah, that's probably she. I would have to say, if anybody was nailing.
She
her
didn't
part.
deserve to die.
Her part, her part was probably the best acted of the movie as well.
Yeah,
like she's a little cheesy at the very beginning, but you could tell she's in it. Her and of course Clancy Brown.
But then again, this
Mr.
movie
Mr.
is
Krabs.
Mr.
Rico.
I thought
I like I guess one of my favorite parts was at the end when like his name is Zim.
Yeah, that's Clancy Brown's.
He finds the brain bug, in like Rico's like, so he was a drill sergeant and Rico started under him.
Yeah.
So then Rico advanced up, and I like the acknowledgement from Zim's character that like he acknowledges that he is higher than him now.
Yeah.
You know, I like that aspect of like being able to admit to yourself that like it's not like this weird pity thing where it's like, oh, I'm older than you, so I'm higher than you.
They touched on that early too when they're getting their ranks, and and Doogie Howser comes up to the guy and gives him his papers. He goes, "I'm going to Games in Theory. Games in Theory, son. Next time I see you, I'm going to be saluting you."
Yeah.
And that's like, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You're a grunt.
Isn't it the
You're a
most
grunt.
accurate portrayal of military?
According to the U.S. Army. Yeah.
Okay. Army.
U.S. Army says so.
I mean, I guess.
Mr. General Lee Army.
Yeah.
Arlie Army.
Arlie Army.
Yeah.
So I think it's worth talking about the cast for a moment. Casper Van Dien as Johnny Rico.
Oh man, perfectly casted for this
He
role.
could be a Street Fighter.
He could.
Yeah.
Really could. He could play Guile.
Yeah.
But then again, it's already been perfectly portrayed by
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
Casper, the original character's name is Juan Rico.
Rico
from the book because they're from
Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Which I thought was, I was like, what? That's so random.
So there's a couple theories about it. In the book, he is Argentinian, but he's described as having fair skin and fair eyes. So they think that he may be, the theory from the character Juan Rico from the book is that his family had escaped from Nazi Germany and had settled, because in Argentina is a big area of Nazi settlement. A lot of people, war criminals, fled to Argentina from World War II.
That's right.
From Nazi Germany, and they are descendants of that, and they're well off, and none of them are citizens. But he's just lineage of that, so that's why he looks so white. In all reality, they just wanted Casper Van Dien, so they changed the name officially to Johnny.
I mean, I think the only reason why I say he's perfectly casted is because, again, I think this is a propaganda video being shown to us, and he looks like the perfect Aryan like human being.
A lot of Nazi themes in this.
Yeah, there is.
And then Dina Myers plays Dizzy Flores. She's a
fox.
She was also in Saw, the original Saw. She was in Johnny Mnemonic.
Who?
Dina Flores.
Is that?
Dina Meyer. She plays Dizzy.
Oh,
redhead.
Yeah.
Denise Richards as Carmen Ibanez. Jake Busey in his classic role. I love his teeth. Neil Patrick Harris as Carl. Clancy Brown, Sergeant Sim. Patrick Muldoon as Xander. And then, of course, the great
Xander.
Michael Ironside as Razchek. Which I like the names
also
too.
from Total Recall.
Oh yeah, he was the guy with the face.
Yeah.
Also from no. It's Michael Ironside from Total Recall.
Yeah, the teacher with the one arm.
Yeah. Well, what is he playing?
He plays the guy who's hunting down Quaid.
Oh yes, he is. He is. And Dean Norris, who plays Hank from Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah,
also in Total Recall.
Yeah.
He's the guy with the face.
Yeah, he's the guy with the ugly face.
Yeah. And then there's one guy too that has a really, really tiny part in this. I can't remember his name. Let's see if I can find him on IMDb here. He's the guy that comes out of the closet, like falls out and is like
the freezer.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's the guy in Starship Troopers where they go to the abandoned base and there's a massacre there.
He's the general.
The general.
Yeah, it's like a freezer.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's also in Total Recall. He's the guy that has Quado on his stomach.
Oh, okay.
Quaid. So yeah, a lot of Paul Verhoeven standards in this one.
Yeah.
But I like the cast quite a bit. But it was Denise Richards cheesy.
Yeah.
Cheesy.
Yeah, I mean she's a total fox, but I mean like her character was just super bland, even for a movie that was supposed to be like campy and schlocky. I was just like, every time she was on screen, I was like, ugh, all right,
Tyler. Big question.
Okay.
Denise Richards or Cindy Crawford?
Oh man, it's like trying to pick between my own two children. Denise Richards for sure.
Really?
For sure. Yeah.
I'm Cindy Crawford all the way. Don't ask me about Heather Locklear, Cindy Crawford though. Let's see what else. What else? Great. I like the creature design. There's a lot. There's the flying bugs.
Yeah.
Which are basically look like the main bugs, the arachnids, but just with wings. Is there anything more to them than that, or are they just literally just the bugs with wings?
I think
they look like dragonfly.
Yeah, they look like dragonflies.
They're a scythers.
You know,
they're Pokemon.
No, there's the big bugs, the fucking
tanks.
The tanks, and then the brain bug.
So there's two. Well, there's two of the big bugs. There's the ones that shoot the blue shit out of their ass.
Yeah.
And then there's the fire-breathing tanker.
Oh yeah.
So there's like a beetle.
Oh, I thought they were doing the same thing.
It's like no. One of them shoots the orange like lava out their mouth, and the other one's got the blue butt missile.
Ah, interesting.
And there's the brain bug, and then there's
plasma cannon.
Yeah, there's the brain bug, and then there's the little carrier bug that carries the brain bug in.
This is kind of like obscuring into I don't know. Like, did you think that when the dragonfly bugs came out, it was kind of like I think in the middle of the movie. Do you think that the bugs were like evolving to combat the humans? Because in the beginning of the movie, you only see the arachnids and the tankers. I was thinking that maybe since they saw them flying, like they like had some like rapid evolution of.
I think that when Rue McClanahan is talking about how we may think we're at the top of the food chain, but this is 700 million years of evolution, to hone their peak form or whatever. I think that implies that they probably are not rapid evolving, but also more so that humans have no idea. They don't even know like the landscape of Klandathu. They land on it. They don't know what the hierarchy is.
What are they trying to do?
So at the very beginning,
why are they going to Klandathu?
They're going to Klandathu because the meteor hit Buenos Aires and it destroyed 900,000 people dead in 1 hour.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, that's the mobilization. But some people in the news cuts were saying that the bugs only sent that asteroid because humans were encroaching in their area.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were doing over there.
In
space, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Going to their planet and stuff. And I think that's all it was, is they were exploring and they attacked back. So instead of leaving them alone, they just tried to wipe out their entire planet.
I just love like the stupidity of that military operation where they're just send people down there. Just send them down there without knowing the land or anything. They just land and they just go shooting in every which direction.
I know. By the way, at night.
Yeah, at night.
I know.
They don't know.
They can breathe on Klandathu.
Oh yeah, I never think about that.
There was like no strategy. They were just land and shoot. Even though we have all these like missiles and nuclear missile launchers, we're just gonna go and we're just gonna send scores and scores of men to their death.
Yeah.
And I love Neil Patrick Harris. He's just like, I have to make hundreds of decisions every day that send people to their death. And I'm just like,
no, he said people like you to their death.
People like you, yeah,
which is even worse.
And I'm just like, well, I feel like there could be like a little bit more of an efficient way to deal with this quote unquote bug problem. Oh, I love that line too, where he goes and saves one of Rico. He goes and saves one of the soldiers. He's like, got a bug problem?
Yes.
It's so
very cheesy.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
What was I gonna say? It was a good allegory for just like scorched earth theory of like American military. Although the writer of the book says it was not made to parody American military history, but just mankind's military history.
Yeah.
So we don't have the market cornered on shitty military tactics which destroy other cultures.
We're getting there.
Yeah. God willing.
No description.
We're getting there.
There was the effects of like some of the spaceship shots were pretty good. They were like Star Wars-esque or Kubrick-esque. They were using miniatures. It seems like.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. So
yeah, the design of the spaceships were pretty cool.
I think the inside it was a little minimalist.
Yeah.
Definitely H.R. Geiger was not hired for this production.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. I wonder who handles. I mean, I wonder if it was the same production designer from Total Recall.
Probably. Probably.
They look very similar.
They
Yeah.
did look very similar. I'm sure.
What was I gonna say?
Why do they do lashing still?
I don't know. It is a weird 100
And
years.
why
they
don't
use-
Why don't they use a laser whip?
Laser whip from Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah.
This is set in 2197 is the year.
They're still whipping people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they
Some
just
things
decided,
never change.
maybe like Dune, they decided to go back to like old school ways. They still use swords.
Even though they still have
Yeah.
they have access to like these super
Yeah.
weapons.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. And the concept of like military service to ensure citizenship is a really interesting concept that when I saw it as a
Citizenship of what?
of the
Federation.
Yeah, the Federation.
The Federation of
The world.
The Earth Federation.
the Earth Federation.
I think it's North America
So
and
is-
South America is the Federation.
Okay. Is any other country exist in this world?
I think
I
so.
don't know.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
No, the Federation already blew
Well,
them
but
up.
they're in Buenos Aires.
Yeah, Buenos Aires,
which is in
South America,
okay.
Argentina.
So they've colonized South America.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's another theory why Johnny Rico's parents are white. They're just rich people that could afford to live down there.
Oh,
So they just moved down there. Which is another fun fact about Rico. Rico in Spanish means rich.
Johnny Rich.
Richie Rich, Johnny Rich. Yeah. But
It could be Johnny Cage, Mortal Kombat.
No, I don't think so. He doesn't have a hardened face. He looks too. He has
He's
a
got
very.
the jaw.
he's got the douchebag swagger.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. He does.
Let's see what else was fantastic that I liked.
Was Casper Van Dien a popular celebrity?
No.
Ever?
No, this is like his number one by far.
Oh, okay.
This was his magnum opus, Starship Troopers.
Yeah, the score is fine. You know, it's got that epic kind of
I didn't even notice the score.
repeating. Sounded like RoboCop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very similar to RoboCop. But the brutality of the bugs was great. Chopping people in half, chopping arms off,
Yes.
chopping legs off. I mean, it seems like effortless for them.
They had fucking 150 round clips in those
I know.
assault rifles.
I know.
You never see anyone reload once except for in that one scene where they're in the base camp and she's like, I'm out.
Yeah,
Here, take this.
that
It's
was
such a little magazine. It's literally like this big.
Shooting like
special
200 bullets out
they're
of there.
expanding bullets.
They're like
Oh.
tiny little pellets.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but it doesn't matter though. Like if you focus on that, then the movie's not going to do anything for you. Like you have to focus on the cheesy campiness of it all.
Did you guys catch the settlers that was at that camp first? Actually, I don't know if it was that camp or a different camp, but one of the news reels says Mormon extremists have
Oh,
decided to try to colonize Clandathu and bring them LDS.
Oh,
They called it base. Base-
Joseph Smith.
Joseph, yeah,
base
Oh,
Joseph
yeah.
forward operating base Joseph Smith.
Yeah.
And he showed all these people slaughtered.
yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
Mormon extremists. I've never thought I'd
Mormon
hear that
extremists.
phrase.
I mean, I guess like I think in the late '90s, Mormonism was reaching a peak, and so it's kind of like a wink, wink sort of thing.
Yeah,
Like-
it is funny.
Probably because like I think like in the late '90s, early 2000s, like there's a lot of religious door-to-door people going around. So I don't know. It's kind of a funny nod.
How'd you guys like this? Their school, they're dissecting that one sand bug.
Beetle thing.
Yeah, there was like no clear directive to the lesson. He's just like, all right, I think I got it. Spleen,
The heart.
yeah, liver.
Just take out the organs.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how does he know what his liver looks like in a bug?
Yeah.
Do bugs have livers?
I don't think bugs have livers.
I don't think so.
Well, these are not bugs. They're aliens.
Yeah, they're similarian.
They're giant,
sand
too.
beetles. Yeah.
I thought it was kind of weird that they were stomping those like hissing cockroaches too. Like I was like,
Very.
they're doing their parts. Like, but no, those bugs are. We need those bugs on planet Earth. Why are you killing our own bugs?
That reminded me of the scene in Men in Black when he steps on the cockroach and the
the Edgar bug gets mad.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that your auntie?
When David crosses crushing the cockroaches.
Oh yeah, comes out with the spray.
Yeah,
don't do that. Yeah, I forgot David Cross is in that.
It's like, yeah, don't kill our native bugs. Like,
I feel bad for the character of Diz because she was throwing herself at Johnny Rico.
Yeah.
Johnny Rico has no eyes for her, only for Denise Richards. He gets kicked to the curb, and then he gets promoted to captain or something, or lieutenant, or sergeant. And they're having their rec night where they're like, "Have fun, that's an order." And everyone's cutting loose and stuff. And she tries to pull him in to dance, and he just total prick. Also, again, was like, "Do I have to pull rank on you? I'm not dancing with you." And he just can't get his stick out of his ass.
Yeah.
He's just a uptight asshole. And she's just getting thrown around like a rag doll emotionally.
They end up making coitus.
I know.
So
they have maritals.
It 20.
Which, by the way, it reminds me. I thought it was really weird that the men and women shared showers. I feel like that's like a recipe
They're
for
adults
disaster.
enough. They're not children to.
No, I mean, like,
are mature enough to respect each other's boundaries.
Yeah, I don't think that though. Like, I think it's just weird and a recipe for something to happen.
I would be
that's
completely
bad.
fine with unisex bathrooms. Just to be honest, I don't give two shits about
Oh
it.
well, yeah. I mean, bathrooms. Yeah, sure. Why not? But
What do you think they're in? They're in a bathroom.
Oh, they're in a shower.
They're
showering
inside the bathroom.
together.
Inside the bathroom.
Yeah, they're not showering under the same fucking faucet. You know, they're all just like in this room together.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a bad vibe about it. It just seems
don't
like
want-
something can go wrong.
You wouldn't want to shower with a bunch of other dudes though.
Well, I mean, no. I
don't
prefer to
want-
shower alone.
You don't want to see Wang?
Well, you got me there.
I know you played water polo. You saw Dong daily.
I know it was very scarring. Very scarring.
There are a lot of late night shower
Yeah.
sessions on my diving team.
I mean, it built camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
Yeah.
No, that was not only I mentioned this last episode, but I'll say it again. But that shower scene was agreed to by the actors to do 100% nude, only if Paul Verhoeven did it nude. But not only him, but the DP as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I read, made sure that my story was right for this episode. And turns out the DP for the movie was raised on a nudist colony. So he was like, I don't care.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And Paul Verhoeven basically told everybody, okay, dress rehearsal time. These clothes look very uncomfortable. Let's get you guys very comfortable. And they're all kind of laughing about it. And they're like, it's so comfortable. Why don't you do it? He goes, okay. Got naked. And then Casper Van Dien was the one who told him he should get naked. And everyone's like, God damn it, Casper. Wow. Now we got to look at Paul Verhoeven's balls.
Yeah.
Hanging brain.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, that's great. That's great. I never knew that.
I know. I thought that was.
There's a
filmed nude.
There's a scene in the I guess sort of the beginning when they're doing like the drills. He's still in the camp.
Yeah.
And they do like a course where they're like using live rounds and they're shooting the dummies.
Yeah.
And then the worst thing for Rico as his, because they just put him as squad leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the worst thing that could happen,
someone gets killed
as a
on your
squad
watch.
leader, is someone gets killed accidentally by another one of the troops.
Yeah.
I'm just big and dumb.
That was
And
boom. That scene was actually legitimately shocking.
Yeah, it was. It still shocked me when you see it because it's so abrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you like the guy too. It works out. He got his arm broken earlier in the movie.
Yeah. And it's kind of like a reminiscent of that scene in Saving Private Ryan where the helmet works and then he takes his helmet off and then he gets killed immediately.
Oh fuck yeah! I forgot about that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good scene. It kind of showed like how much in danger they really are, whether it's
How
bugs.
incompetent they really are.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah, the danger of incompetency, it's always with them.
In military.
Yeah. I mean, because you have to understand, like, it's just like these people are just like out of high school. Like, they don't know. Like, they don't know any better.
30 years old, just graduated high school.
Yeah, I mean, high school is it's a lot longer in the future.
Yeah. It's like 12 years long.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, just it's funny, like when you see like the reality of that, and then you think our military is primarily made of 18 to 24-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the type of person that I was at age 19, I know that the whole goal is to like harden you into a weapon. That's your drill sergeant's goal.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ.
But still, though, it's like we're giving these people assault rifles, tanks, like grenades.
Sending him.
Can you imagine a 20-year-old with a grenade? Like
sending them out there in the desert or wherever to handle situations.
It's like Ed O'Neill's character in Wayne's World 2. Kill a man in cold blood, they call you a murderer. Kill a man on the battlefield, they call you a hero.
I mean, that's so true, though. I mean, well, I don't know. Like, I mean, American Sniper kind of dispelled that sort of like thinking.
Well, again, this is the thoughts that come from watching this. You can get some pretty complex emotions out of a shoot 'em up bug movie.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why I really enjoy it. There's no one clear thing to feel or way to interpret it, but there's a lot bubbling under the surface, which I enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, you can watch this movie at face value, or you can have a critical thought on the whole idea of fascism. And
the only good bug's a dead bug.
Yeah. I mean, you could.
So he didn't pull any.
I almost did. There's a lot of like. Frankly, I think the idea of a bug that thinks is offensive.
Yeah,
that cracks me up. I love that one. There's a lot of ridiculousness in this movie, but our listeners should go watch it as soon as this show's over.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right, let's get some grades and get out of here. Joseph, what do you grade Starship Troopers?
Like I would give it like a B minus.
All right, B minus.
Yeah, just minus, just because like I probably wouldn't watch it, or I liked it less. It's probably just gonna go down in grades if I just keep watching it alone.
Dear God, don't watch it again. I'm gonna see.
And unless I watch it with somebody else who hasn't seen it, then it would probably say the same, or just to see how they feel about it. Just because it is entertaining. It's a group movie. It's not. It's more of a group movie for me, and not like a movie to watch on my own. Like I'd rather watch like Demolition Man. I can watch that on my own,
really,
and be like even more entertained. Just because it's like I think it's more campy and more funny. And like I don't think it's of the same era. I think Demolition Man is in the 80s.
No, Demolition Man in the 80s? No way. Because Sandra Bullock is.
True,
like,
and also Benjamin Bratt. No,
yeah,
is it Benjamin Bratt?
It is Benjamin Bratt. Yeah.
Dennis Leary's in it. Jack Black is in it.
Demolition Man, 1993.
Oh, so it's
4 years before this.
Oh, okay.
But Demolition Man is a legitimate comedy, where it's comedy action, where this is not so much comedy.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
it's like sci-fi action.
I guess I just wish
propaganda.
It leaned more into the comedy part of it, because it is supposed to be like funny and like kind of satirical. Seems like it.
Yeah,
but maybe if it just leaned in more to that, I'd find more enjoyment out of it.
All right, fair enough.
He's like a serious director. He's more of a serious director than he is a comedy director, because he did RoboCop.
Yeah,
and he did Total Recall, which Total Recall I think I would watch over this.
I agree with that. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I don't. I like Starship Troopers better. It's more self-contained for me.
Yeah, I would choose Starship Troopers.
But that's me.
Yeah, I enjoy Arnold Schwarzenegger more than anybody in this movie. But yeah, so like B minus.
B minus. All right, Tyler, what do you give?
B
Starship
for
Troopers?
bug.
That's there it was.
There it is.
I thought I was gonna have to do it.
Thought I was gonna have to commit thievery.
I know, plagiarism.
Commit thievery. I give this movie a solid B. I think it just is a really good satirical movie. The comedy is really dry. And like I said previously, like you can either watch this movie as an mindless action movie at face value, or you can look into it a little bit deeper. You can get the best of both worlds. So I mean, there's not really much more I can say about it. It's a good movie, and I encourage everyone to check it out at least once.
Somehow it gets a B. All right, so my rating for this is A minus. I really like Starship Troopers, and I enjoy it more every time I watch it. So tomorrow it'll be A plus. Just kidding. It's always kind of like an A minus for me, or A minus B plus, depending on the day. I felt like it holds up a little bit less the more I watch it, as far as like the effects go, and the acting is definitely stilted. So I'm like, okay, I'm changing my grade, B+. I'm changing my grade right now, B+. If it wasn't for a lot of really bad acting, I think I would like it quite a bit more. But I'd like the juxtaposition of the absolutely brutal death scenes and the legitimately terrifying creatures that they're fighting against. I like the juxtaposition between that and the soft edges of the sets and the high key coloring and the cheesy vibe to everything. And then a smash cut to, oh my God, there's thousands of people being murdered piece by piece, dismembered.
I thought it was hilarious that the camera guy with the wartime reporter, like he gets like stabbed in like the camera. He's like filming the death.
Whoa!
Yeah,
this is crazy. Maybe I'll win a Pulitzer. So, anyways, that was our review of Starship Troopers. Now it's time for the wheel.
1 wheel, 8 slots, 3 hosts. This is the Wheel of Destiny.
Okay, I alluded to the movie earlier.
Wig.
I alluded to the movie earlier that will be replacing Starship Troopers for me, and this is Titan.
Oh, you are doing it, huh?
I am doing it, yeah.
Yes.
I loved this movie. So there's some hard to watch scenes in it, but it's not like, it's not as bad as Antichrist, definitely not as bad as like Gaspar Noé or something like that. But it's a French.
I hope not.
It's a French film. Titan or Titan. Titan means titanium in French.
Oh.
And the director and writer Julia Ducournau was previously done Raw.
Is there? Oh, yeah, that one's.
I haven't seen Raw, and now
Raw's a good movie.
I really, really want to. This movie is. I don't want to go over the plot of it. If you are not sure if you want to follow along or not, because if you're hearing about how hard to watch I've been kind of selling the movie as, maybe go to IMDb and look at the parental guide and see if that's something you can.
Parental guide.
See if you can get on board with. That's what Bree does before we watch movies. She goes, "Nope, I'm out. I don't want to watch that scene that I just saw described." So this is Titan or Titan, and it's like you can stream it on any streaming service for like $6 or $7 or something. Okay. Who knows? Maybe it'll be free to stream once it lands on the wheel. And I was bawling my eyes out at the end. So
really,
yes, I was. Even after the movie.
Out of sadness?
I don't know. I really honestly don't know. There was so many goddamn emotions that came out in the final scene.
Before we get to the wheel, is this like is it a horror movie, a drama? Like I thought it was a horror movie.
No, it's a graphic drama.
Oh.
It's like it's a drama. A woman leaves her home after she's like a killer. She's a killer and she leaves her home and tries to find a new identity. And settling into the new home and her new quote unquote family is basically the bulk of the movie.
I see.
It has strange themes of like trans identity, gender identity, the idea of like unconditional love of a family member, and just some very strange ways of exploring those. So yeah, it's really hard to describe. We just got to watch it. So anyways,
all right.
This is the Wheel of Destiny right here. We got on a fan pick from Tyler, Titan from Pete, Blue Velvet from Tyler, music from Pete, natural fan pick, Joseph's fan pick, and Life is Beautiful from Joseph. What was last week?
What was the last movie?
Yeah,
A Separation.
And
it's fan pick.
I hosted that one, so I'm off, right? Or is that because it's fan pick? Do I have one more?
I mean, I think it's by pick, right? Not by hosting.
I guess you're right. Okay, so we're gonna give this a spin, see what we watch on next week's review episode.
What's it gonna be? Oh, God,
what?
Is it Blue Velvet or is it? No. Well, now it's in the middle. Now it's on Blue Velvet.
We'll spin it again.
Okay. It's kind of hard when you're holding it because it moves when you turn.
Okay, I'm gonna stationary this one.
Nope. Life is beautiful.
Life is beautiful. All right, let's do that.
Finally.
Let's do that.
Jesus Christ. It's been on the wheel for so long.
I know. I'm glad we respawn. All right.
Life is beautiful.
Tell us about this, Joseph. This is your pick.
Life is Beautiful is a
I find that term offensive.
Movie, what term?
Life is beautiful.
Why?
It's offensive.
To who?
Me.
The world.
Why?
Don't worry about it.
Life is beautiful. I'm gonna cut that part out. Or Pete's gonna cut that. Whoever's editing this is gonna cut that part out.
It's 2012?
No, this is older than that. Life is Beautiful is a movie about the Holocaust.
Oh.
It's streaming on Canopy.
1997? Roberto Benigni?
1997, yeah, Roberto Benigni.
Okay.
Streaming on Canopy, Paramount Plus, Roku. You can rent it on Amazon, YouTube, Apple TV, all that stuff. Basically, it's a story of a father and a son who are taken into the Holocaust, and the father trying to protect the son from the horrors of the Holocaust, doing his best part to try to make this terrible nightmare not that.
Sounds fun.
Yes.
I clicked on Roberto Benigni's IMDb to see what else he'd done, and he plays Geppetto in the 2019 Pinocchio movie as an actor.
Oh,
directed this movie.
There's a Pinocchio.
I think it's foreign.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it's like French.
Okay, because he directed.
Italian.
He directs and stars in Life is Beautiful.
He does. He stars too
as the father.
God, this sounds like a heavy movie.
Touching story of an Italian bookseller of Jewish ancestry who lives in his own little fairy tale. His creative and happy life would come to an abrupt halt when his entire family is deported to a concentration camp. While locked up, he tries to convince his son that the whole thing is just a game.
Ooh, wow. All right.
That sounds very depressing.
Sounds like a Canopy movie.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah. Have you seen it before?
No, never seen it.
Oh, really?
I said it sounds good.
Oh, you've never seen it before?
No.
Cool.
Wow.
All three of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet. Going in stone blind into this one. I can't wait. Do we have anything else we need to say before we wrap up?
Happy Halloween.
I guess.
Even though it'll be
classmates.
Happy Halloween to you, whoever's watching.
Yeah.
And then happy Halloween. Hope you had a good Halloween. It's now Wednesday. If you're listening to this.
And also, go watch Dune.
Yes. Please.
Go watch it. Go watch it in theaters.
Put the subtitles on so you can understand what he's saying in this part. He's saying, I'm hungry and I want a hamburger. All right, so until next time, it's been a blast. Thanks for joining us on our Halloween stream and along in podcast at home. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/MCFC podcast, and send us an email. What are you watching? What do you like or dislike that we watched? Give us a selection for a fan pick, mcfcpodcast@gmail.com.
And follow us on Twitter at podcastmcfc.
And please follow us on Instagram at Middle Class Film Class. And leave us a voicemail, why don't you, at 209-730-6010.
All right, fellas and listeners, we'll see you next time.
See ya.
See ya.
Alrighty, that is it for us tonight. Thank you, guys, or this afternoon. Thank you, guys. Not it for us tonight. You got to come back here at 8 o'clock. I mean, you can be here in person, or you can just log in and watch the stream. It's Adventures of Pretend. Emma Haney and friends will be doing a live actual play D&D campaign. I spent most of this 2 hours putting together so much screen for this show, so much art from our friend Milk. It's gonna be great. So let's see what we got going on here. Any place to send y'all's? You know what? How about we? Speaking of art, let's send you over to Jenga. Second to last day of Inktober. See what she's up to inking over there. So hold on for the raid, and we will see you guys back here at 8 o'clock for Adventures of Pretend. See you then.
Bye.